Welcome friends, this is Vishal the same and this video is second video in the segment of object-oriented programming. Today I would be discussing things regarding inheritance. Okay, so let's start doing bit and the topic name is inheritance. Okay, so guys basically inheriting something like we have a class, we have defined variables or we can say member variables and defined functions. Fancy name is member functions in a class. Those all the member functions and member variables can be reused again and again by inheriting that class. The class which is being inherited is the parent class and the class which is inheriting is the child class. The class which is inheriting can use all the variables, member variables and member functions of the parent class. For the code reuse purposes or for the use of code of a class, we the PHP has introduced a concept of inheritance. And friends, there is one thing to note down regarding inheritance in PHP. It doesn't support multiple inheritance. It supports single inheritance only. The sole reason behind that being is the methods of parent class. If we take a simple example that there is some class A and there is A class is there is A class, then there is B class, though two classes are there, and there is a C class which is inheriting the A and B class. This I am explaining about the why the PHP has introduced multiple inheritance. So C class inheriting A and B class. A class has function member functions of the name supposedly get model, and B also has the same function name get model. So C will confuse out which get model to be called from A or B. So due to the same naming in the same member function naming in the both classes, C is getting confused. That's why multiple inheritance is not supported in PHP. To to have the concept of multiple inheritance, PHP has introduced several other things like traits are there, in which we can define functions again and again, and we can use those functions again and again, and that in the multiple traits can be inherited along. And there are also several other things which supports multiple inheritance. So traits more or less solve the problem of multiple inheritance in PHP. So let's focus on the inheritance example of for today's, and let's start. You simply type a class keyword in Sublime and press click, and its class name would be something like product. Just write it on the product. There is some constructor function. Yes, we want this construction for constructor function dollar. You can say name. Okay, the product may have public fun name member variable. Second maybe it's okay. Second maybe it's description. Third maybe it's make, like we can say Maruti is there, BMW is there. So these kinds of make. Okay guys, dollar this dollar name. It just accesses the name of name member variable of the class product is equal to dollar name. So this constructor gives the name of the product here. So we have another function set properties. Okay, so two properties are left, dollar description and the other property is dollar make. Okay, we give the values dollar this description is equal to dollar description and dollar this. We can just duplicate this thing, control shift T, and make is there. Just write out make. Okay, there is some problem. Okay, dollar make is there. So by starting the constructor function, we give the property name or member variable name, the value name, and by setting the properties, description and make will be given values. And we just have another function to get our values outside. Use get product, or we can say get properties. Okay, so this may not have any kind of arguments here. Dollar this simply echo dollar this access is name and using dot operator will do the description and make. Change this to description and dot operator and this to make. Simple. So just give spacing in between like this. There will be some other good methods of giving spacing, and we can use at the end two break lines. Okay guys, so this is our basic class, product class, which will act as a parent class or the class which is being inherited. So you define another class. This class may be car. Okay, so this car class inherits product. Okay, so we may use the construct function. The construct function is already being used. If it inherits, it may call this a construct function, or we can define its own construct function or call like something like parent. Okay, underscore construct. So it will call construct function from the parent. So it will do the same function as that in the product class. So we just set the properties name, description, and make. So firstly we instantiate object of car, object underscore car is going to use the keyword to instantiate. Then it is something like car and give the value name to the car. Car name is BMW. Yes, and we may access this car like there is a properties, set properties, description and make. Set properties, yes, set properties. First is description. This car is German car, and then make. So make in we say 2010. Make is there, and we just after that do the get properties of this. Just call a function and check it out whether it is running or not. So yes, it is running. It is giving us the name BMW, the car is German car, and the make is in 2010. So here we have all these things defined. So this is a basic inheritance. We can see that the object of the car, this object of the car is accessing set properties and get properties, which is in the parent class of product. Okay, so to clarify something more, we can have like something like this. Mm, KMW seats, number of seats, one property is defined here, and we must associate it with its scope must be defined. Public scope is there, and we can use its function. Get underscore set property. We can write seats. Okay, and then we just first give the value to the number seats is equal to dollar seats like this, and then this echo dollar this seats. Okay, so we have defined one more property, now one more member variable member function here, and we just call this member function dollar object underscore call get underscore set property, and I just give the number of seats to be supposedly 10, and check it out whether it is running or not. Yes, undefined property car seats in line number 41. So check it out what this error says. So error says that it must have this number of seats. Now check it out. Yes, now it is coming to be 10. So guys, we can see that these two functions, member functions, are being inherited, and this one property is being defined exclusively for the car class, and one member function exclusively for the car class. Now we can do one more thing, that we may instantiate product and see whether this is running or not. So guys, it will run for these two properties because this is inherited properties, but this property may not be run by the class. Yes, call to undefined method get set property in line number 48, because the product, this parent class, we have the object of this parent class, it understands the set properties, get properties, but but this from member function is exclusive for the car, so it doesn't understand this and say and give error on the line number 48. So if we change this to again to the car, we may get the results. So this is it for the inheritance class. Thank you.